today's episode. The Feminine Genius meets the Balik-Scientist FEA Guru.
Hello there. I'm very happy and honored to be one of your guests. And I like to inspire really most of our engineers. That's why I accepted this invitation. So my mission here in the Philippines is really to make the best out of you through technology and simulation. Give me some challenging question so that uh, I could expand it and give you some hint or some kind of motivation for you to be a better engineer or a better scientist. Never put any limitation to yourself. Whenever you have a problem, always think of infinity. That in the infinite world, it's nothing really. It's just only the finite world that it become magnification because you are thinking like a finite person. So that is the difference between a finite and an infinite in terms of philosophy. When you are young and full of energy, you have to go outside and find out all the culture outside the world. And then you could find that you just pick what are the good one and retain the old culture that you think will be beneficial for you. So I have a mixed culture. One is a Western culture and a Filipino culture. Like in the American culture is that professionally they never make it professionally they never make it personal. While in the Philippines, it's always personal. It's always uh, about your person rather than talking about in terms of professionalism.
The US culture is very straightforward. Not same with the Filipinos. Sometimes, the Filipinos cannot go straight to the point.
Yes.
And but you know what, sir? One of the most straightforward nationality also that I have met are the Singaporean. Very straightforward. Sometimes you feel like, is this not respecting me? But this is just how they are, and you are true. No, that sometimes you just have to deal with them professionally. So bawal, kumbaga sa Pilipino, bawal yung pusong mamon. um you worked with this company that wherein you have so many projects with NASA.
Uh, I was very lucky because when I arrived there, that was the time when there is a conflict between Russia and the Americans. So they were having a race going to the moon. So the American government are don't like to be defeated by the Russians because the Russians is the one who started the Sputnik. They were the one who went able to go to the space, and so the American government is trying to catch up with that kind of technology. So they pour a lot of money. The priority now is how to beat the Russians. My first project really was the shuttle. I don't know if you remember that. Uh, I think that's now obsolete. You remember the shuttle plane? But most of the experience I have are, like aircraft, where fighter jets. Uh, so which I could not really apply here in the Philippines because we don't have yet the industry to build airplane. The Philippine environment is mostly like buildings uh, and other kind of
Cars.
parts. So I said to myself that since we don't have yet the finances for bigger project like airplane or cars, I will focus on the things that I'm good at that, like small parts like the brake, where we could build it and we could afford it. So the key here is that affordable and also what? Sustainable.
Yes, the simulation is actually your main work when you work with those airplanes, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. The old way, the old way is always testing, but now you could simulate that in the computer, So the key to industrialization for us is always you simulate first, No matter what you're doing, you always have to simulate. Never, never make the never make a prototype without simulation, and that is the key for us to understand it, And it takes a while before people really will understand that kind of concept.
Yun nga, meron ng Finite Institute of the Philippines. Tama ba ako, ma'am?
Yes.
And-
FEI.
And you are the president, and Engineer De Reyes is the vice president.
Yeah.
The vision of FEIP is to visualize its organization to propose industry-based solution for the betterment of the society. The mission of the FEIP is to promote the latest technology in terms of finite element analysis or simulation and prepare both non-professional and professional to the fourth industrial revolution. It also aims to upgrade skills to be globally competitive with the use of simulation to aid in research. We take responsibility in everything we do. We strive for the best and do what is right even when no one is around. And most of all, we respect each other and every individually equally. What I'm going to do here is to inspire you because you are my inspirational. That is because they are competing with the Russians. They have to produce something. And that is I think the key why MSc or NASTRA is now very powerful compared to any other kind of software program.
when I first met Engineer Vic T. Reyes, that was practically 3 years ago, I think. But I met Sir Vic. He was telling me a lot about finite element analysis, but it doesn't sink in. It
Yes.
doesn't inside me. So all I know was just Sir Vic knows a particular technology. When he keeps on saying and explaining the word finite element analysis, on the third time, I then realized, oh, it's simulation, and I need this in my technology. I need this in Polite. So that's the time that Sir Vic gave me so many examples. No, sabi niya, Ria, example, you have your cell phone and you want to know to do a drop test. You want to determine at what certain height can you drop that phone without being damaged, etc. Oh, that I also did that in my Hollow Blocks. And then there was a time when I need to determine the mechanical properties of my product, and that's when Sir Vic exposed me to the use of finite element analysis, combining it with actual material testing, because in the Philippines we have limited laboratories, and that's a sad reality.